And let's shift focus to the Central African nation of Cameroon, where tensions are on the rise after President Paul Biya's opponent, Issa Tchiroma, claimed election victory, despite analysts suggesting that 92-year-old Biya is set for another term. Protesters clashed with police in the country's economic hub of Douala. A heavy security presence could be seen on the streets following the unrest, while tear gas was fired and littered the ground.
If the police mobilized everywhere after the election, if there are tensions at all levels, it's because there's a problem. It's because there's really a problem. Just now, I saw in Banamasadi the police fired tear gas. They mobilized everywhere, which means there's a problem. This is a serious problem. Where we are now, if God doesn't intervene, really something is going to happen.
Cameroon's independent election body and the Constitutional Court have not declared the results yet, and the outcome is not expected for another 10 days until the 26th of October. But the protesters claim that the country's electoral process is not credible. They rallied on the streets backing Tchiroma.
The electoral process is not credible. Besides, it's obvious. You see the way the election was conducted. We've never seen this strong mobilization before. And we could see the RDPC sleeping. We could see the party of the president-elect Issa Tchiroma rising strongly, rising in power to say that 2025 is not 2018.
The recent protests and clashes followed an early claim of victory by presidential candidate Tchiroma. His campaign drew large crowds, and his supporters saw him as the symbol of change in Cameroon.
I will say it with gravity and simplicity. The people have chosen, and this choice must be respected. I call on all institutions, all administrative authorities, all officials, not to become enemies of the people they are supposed to serve. The time of fear, manipulation, and false calculations is over. The only side that matters today is that of Cameroon. I first want to thank the Cameroonian people. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for believing in change. Thank you to all those who voted, to all those who protected their vote. You are the true heroes of this victory. My gratitude also goes to all the men, to all the women who led this fight before me. Without your work, we would not be here. For that, I thank you.
Ma reconnaissance va aussi à tous les hommes, à toutes les femmes qui ont mené ce combat avant moi.
Tchiroma hailed from the country's north and was among the 11 opposition candidates listed on the ballot for the October 12th election. But the 76-year-old Biya's ally turned foe emerged as the opposition's favorite. He was backed by a coalition of opposition parties and civic groups. He managed to rally thousands of people behind him. Tchiroma was a government spokesperson and a minister of employment under Biya, but he quit the government to launch his presidential run. Tchiroma's victory declaration before the results is not the first one by a presidential candidate in Cameroon. During the 2018 presidential election, the opposition leader, Maurice Kamto, claimed victory a day after voting. He lost the election to Biya and was later put behind bars. He was also banned from contesting the presidential election this year. Kamto is Biya's biggest opponent. With his absence, analysts predict another victory for the 92-year-old Cameroonian president. Biya has been in power since 1982. Under his regime, the Central African nation struggled with a deadly successionist movement and with chronic corruption. Yet he seems to be inching toward victory as the country's opposition largely remains divided. If Biya wins, he will continue to expand his 43-year rule over the country and hold his record for the world's oldest head of state.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point. Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.